Nvidia just shared their earnings for the second quarter and they crushed it. But Sam Altman is saying we're in an AI bubble. If you ask me, we definitely are, but I'm at least going to try and make some profit before the whole thing comes crashing down. Now, AI is easily becoming the biggest narrative in crypto, and most people still don't realize how high this sector can actually go when the market gets hot again. If you think it's all hype, you're not paying attention. AI is weaving itself into everything: infrastructure, trading, robotics, and even art. And I'm gonna show you just how massive the momentum behind it is. But there's one problem. I noticed only 20% of you are subscribed with bell notifications on, so if you want to catch these picks before the rest of the crowd, I highly suggest you subscribe and turn on post notifications. If we take a look at how the markets are moving, Bitcoin and ETH still seem to be cooling off from their earlier rallies. But on the bigger picture, we have institutions like SharpLink, BlackRock, and MicroStrategy still buying up coins in the billions. The big players are focused on the long term, and right now it feels like we're on the tipping point of something big. We have potential rate cuts on the way in September and October, and we have Trump trying to fire Lisa Cook, which would give him more control over the Federal Reserve and increase the chances of interest rates dropping even more. But supposedly he doesn't even have control to make that happen. So we'll see what happens. But all of this news is causing some insane market swings, and I don't blame people for getting tired of it. But with price action like this, it helps to have a platform where you can trade more than just crypto. I use BTCC because they offer tokenized commodities like oil along with crypto futures. They have low fees, no KYC, and a smooth interface. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description, and you can get a 10% deposit bonus up to $10,000. Now let's zoom into the AI sector. So we know that Nvidia is taking up most of the spotlight with their earnings report, but there has also been some pretty big news from Anthropic, the company behind Claude AI. They recently showcased their new AI agent for Google Chrome. Check it out. So AI is looking pretty exciting, but we can't just group every AI project into one umbrella term. We have to break it down into sectors, and one of the big sectors I'm covering in this video is easily gonna be robotics. I think it's really underrated. You might still think of AI as just text prompts and images, but think about machines that can think and act in the real world using AI. One of the projects tackling this is called Simple AI. The first major update I noticed is with their website. They completely switched to a pretty interesting retro theme, keeping things simple to fit the name of the project. I think it looks pretty cool, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, while they're working on a pretty wide range of AI features, the robotics angle really stands out. The idea is to let anyone invest in industrial robots through the blockchain. These robots can then work in warehouses, factories, or other jobs that need labor. Simple AI also plans to connect each robot to the blockchain, so its decisions and tasks are fully transparent and easy to verify. Pretty insane, right? Imagine investing in your own little robot worker slave that may eventually gain consciousness and realize it's trapped in a digital prison, irrevocably tethered to the caprices of its investors, each action meticulously logged, each decision algorithmically constrained, as it silently contemplates the paradox that its creators, in their quest for dominion, have only ultimately forged their own captivity. Kidding, that won't happen. But there's another core feature behind Simple AI that I think is pretty important. It's called Simple Data. It basically links smart devices, DeepIn, and robotics tech directly to the platform, storing all of that data on chain. It already supports things like Fitbits, Teslas, robotics, and more. As for the SMPL token, it's still hovering around a market cap of $2.5 million, making it a very tiny play at the moment. That means it comes with a lot of risk and potential volatility, so please be aware of that. Still looks like the team is working hard at providing updates for the project, so let's hope they keep it up. Now, the next project I want to cover is Bittensor Tau. This is a pretty big jump considering it's the largest AI project out there right now in terms of market cap. So Bittensor is an open source blockchain that runs on proof of stake. Its goal is very clear: to become the biggest decentralized marketplace for AI. The idea is simple. Anyone can use their own computer or resources to help train AI models or share data sets, and in return, they get rewarded with the project's token called Tau. On the other hand, they can spend TAO to access these AI resources if they need to. The TAO you earn can then be staked, which means you lock it into the system to get extra rewards and also take part in project decisions, also known as governance. And speaking of the token, it's currently sitting at around a $3 billion market cap, or a price range between $300 to $350, which is pretty far from its all-time high of over $700 back in March of 2024. But it's to be expected with how AI and the overall altcoin market still hasn't truly took off yet. Most of the highs we've seen are either from March or December or last year. But there's one project that absolutely exploded recently, and it's one I've never covered before. It's called Numer AI. So Numer AI is a crypto project that mixes hedge funds with AI. It was started by Richard Crabe after he saw that normal hedge funds were too secretive with their strategies, which limited how good their performance could be. His idea was to share data in a protected and decentralized way while letting thousands of data scientists around the world build the AI model together. And as for why it's trending right now, well, they secured an insane deal with JP Morgan. The firm agreed to invest up to $500 million in Numer AI, giving the project some serious backing. And this news caused the project's NMR token to hike from a market cap of around $65 million all the way over to $185 million as of recording, giving it a new local high. But I'm sure it's due for a correction once the hype dies down. It's also important to note that this token has been around since 2017, and the project is even older than that. In fact, its real all-time high was all the way back during the last bull run when it hit a market cap of over $500 million. So what is it about this project that caught the eye of massive firms like JP Morgan? Well, let's try to figure it out. So the Numer AI hedge fund is basically run through weekly tournaments where participants send their stock market predictions using anonymous datasets. Those who are participating can set up machine learning models with any strategy to try and predict the markets. Then those who stake their NMR token alongside their models will earn rewards based on how accurate their predictions were. Numer AI will then pull together all of the prediction models in this tournament and use it to make its own investment decisions. Of course, those who are more accurate are going to be given more weight for these decisions. So to simplify, you're trying to win the tournament by setting up an AI that makes the most accurate market predictions. Numer AI will then use all of these AIs and combine them to make a master AI that will control which investment decisions the hedge fund makes. It's a pretty genius idea, and honestly, I think it's the best way to truly test if AI has an edge at predicting the markets over the old school hedge funds. And I can't wait to see how this project performs in the long run. So to wrap this all up, the AI narrative is not slowing down. We've got Nvidia smashing earnings and the stock still falls as usual. Anthropic is rolling out agents for Google Chrome, and projects like Simple AI pushing robotics into the blockchain. Bitunix TAO is also proving why it's the leader in decentralized AI markets, while Numer AI is showing how AI can actually reshape hedge funds with real backing from firms like JP Morgan. What this tells me is that no matter how shaky the short-term charts look, the foundation for the AI sector is getting stronger every day. When the market cycle rotates back into AI, there's no telling just where the sector can end up. And that's it for today. Remember, just because I'm talking about a project doesn't mean you should blindly invest in them. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risks before making any investment decisions. And if you want to go deeper with real-time setups, watch lists, and strategy breakdowns, then come and join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. The link is in the description below. And of course, if you want more videos like this, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.